Yes! My expressions was not on point. For the... This is a really long story. This is a really long story. Welcome back to Queen CC's channel. I don't know why I be saying that all the time, but like I said before, Queen sing. Even though my voice is like raspy, it's not like, you know, I don't be doing no Beyonce shit, but I wish I had her voice or a good voice. But anyways, getting back to what we're going to be talking about today. It's been a while since I've been back on my channel. I'm excited to be back because so much stuff has been going on and I have just so much content for you guys, and I'm excited to show you certain journeys that I've mentioned in my second video I've been doing, and I've been proud of it, but also I've been very busy because of work. Great news, I finally decided to quit my second job, and even though it was like bittersweet, it was cutting into the time that I could be utilizing for me to put it into content that I want for my YouTube or any of my, you know, plans on my businesses or, you know, my modeling. Just like there's just so much stuff that I want to do, and time, we can't get that back. So I had to make a decision. Even though it was good for networking, I'm not gonna lie, it was working at the airport, but it's all good. I still got my full-time job. We about to get some other streams of income coming through, and it's gonna be from your girl and all the stuff that I put myself through. And I'm gonna love it because then eventually I won't have to be working a full-time job, which is everybody's dream to do. Everybody said it, you know, they don't want to do no 9 to 5. But let me tell you one thing before we get started. We all put this in each other's heads. Oh, you know, don't want to work a 9 to 5 job, blah, blah, blah. But people don't realize is, yeah, you're not working 9 to 5 when you were working on your own. You're working 24/7. Because when you have a passion into what you want to do, you gonna put your all into it. You gonna put 100%. That means when you go to sleep or even try to go to sleep, to be honest with you, I barely go to sleep because in my mind, it is always constantly think of so much things that I could be doing right now. Like, why am I asleep? Like, I don't want to sleep. But then again, it's like, you need your rest, you know? Like, we shouldn't tell each other don't sleep. Sometimes there's situations where people just don't sleep because of the fact that they got so much on their mind. You are going to be thinking too much about, you know, things that you're passionate about, that sleep is going to be the last thing on your mind, even to the point of eating. Like, I barely even ate today because I just got so much stuff on my mind that I want to do, and I've been studying, and it's just exciting that I'm just sharing so much, and I just need to get to, you know, what we're basically going to talk about today. I wanted to also dedicate this video of, you know, keeping the grind going to a true king that we lost, Nipsey Hussle. I've always known him as Nipsey Hussle. I did know about his name, his actual legal name. I just never knew how to pronounce it. A lot of us didn't know how to pronounce it. It just sucks that I never really knew or learned my native language to be able to pronounce certain words, especially African descent names. But anyways, I want to dedicate it to you and your family. Nip, you have inspired a lot of us, and even now people that didn't know your story knows your story now, and it's beautiful. Like, even though back then I was always like into like your hustle and your grind, and the fact that like you being a business owner, like and just you putting your foot in every single door possible, just to say that you can do anything. You could do anything you put your mind to, and it is beautiful, and it's part of like my journey, because I feel like you could do anything and you can live your dreams no matter what circumstances you're in. And you've inspired me so much. You actually, like, listening to your mixtapes has gotten me through high school, has gotten me through college. Oh my God, like, no days off, bro. Like, even though, you know, the classics came from the marathon or whatever, but I'm gonna be honest, TMC, like, literally the marathon continues, y'all. TMC though, that was on replay all the time. And the one that got to me like the most, which was like just so real, was Who Detached Us. Like, that shit right there already had me hooked on the whole entire mixtape before like listening to the rest of it. I was just like, bruh, like, I already knew he was good, but damn, like, this stuff right here is some real stuff. Like, you've been talking the truth, you've been real since day one, and I appreciate all of your teachings, and I'm so happy that so many people got to interview you during the time you were here on earth and was interested in knowing more about your story, to the point that we have YouTube. YouTube is such a beautiful tool, like I said before, that we get to still relive and we get to see those things that you've been teaching in the streets, to teaching to even people that are already, like, you know, at the top. Like, because sometimes they still need to learn as well. You've done so much for the community, and there's gonna be some people, including myself, that's going to continue that legacy by creating our own legacy. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done. I mean, I still think about you. You know, I get in my feelings or whatever, but I really, like, I miss you, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't want to start crying on camera or nothing like that, but like, you really impacted my life personally, and the people that really knew me, like knew me, I always represented you. I'd be like, man, and y'all heard Nipsey though? Y'all be talking about all these other rappers. I was like, Nipsey, he been in the game. I was like, y'all late, but it's okay, because people know about your stuff now. That's all that matters, because that's what you wanted. That is what you wanted. You wanted people to hear your stuff. And now everybody gets to them. And I'm sorry that you're like not here physically to see it, but I'm pretty sure spiritually you can feel it. And I hope you feel the love. I know that you're at peace. It gave me peace to know that you were at peace. And I think what it was is the fact that everything you've been putting out and doing was to inspire people. And that was your finished business that you get to go to rest. And that is gorgeous just to hear. And I love it. Sorry, y'all. Didn't want to get too deeply about that. But, you know, Nip he was really important in my life, even though I might have not have physically got to meet him, which is why this particular video is, you know, gonna talk about the whole concept of the marathon continues, because my marathon continues. I told you guys about how, like, I'm getting into modeling again, and I'm starting from ground zero. I have started over from my practicing on posing practicing on walking, also just doing new photo shoots because of the fact that all my old stuff has been, it's just not up to date. You know, I'm older now and I look more mature. I'm just starting over on everything. I'm gonna talk about one of my fashion shows that I got to be in and I was really excited about, and just got me motivated to keep on going because I got it. I knew I had it. I've been doing it when I was little, and even though I stopped, like, I still had it, and it was a great experience. It was a great friend that recommended me to do this because she knows that I've done modeling before, and I'm just really happy that she shared this information. It's with The Modeling Experience, TME. I'm going to let you also know that it's pretty open for people who kind of want to start over just like me, and I think that's great. Because if this wasn't open, I would have just been doing the hard way. And I'm not saying that this is an easier way or anything like that, but it's just kind of getting familiar with some of the stuff. So when I first got into this, I got the email. They wanted me to come out to LA for a weekend. We were gonna do some practicing with walking, practicing with posing, you know, how things need to be conducted when we're on set for the actual runway show. Even though I already know how to conduct myself, it's always great to refresh, you know. I don't know everything because it might be something that's new that other agencies are looking for. So I got to go out to LA. I went out there for just 2 days. So on the first day when we got there, we got instructed by the beautiful Rio Summers. Girl, she is just flawless in person. A lot of you may know Rio from America's Next Top Model, and she just had like this personality that we were just all feeling. I know she was one of the fan favorites for sure. Her being on America's Next Top Model kind of gave us some insight on the things that they had to go through, which is really cool to hear like up in person rather than seeing it on TV. She taught us how to pretty much walk down the runway. We did like a little practice, you know, walk, and also for our poses. We had to do about 3 different poses, because there's going to be photographers at the end of the runway and they were going to take pictures of us while we do our poses, and those are going to be part of our portfolio. What was important was those poses, because if you want your stuff to come out looking good for your portfolio, girl, you got to get them poses in. You got to get the poses in, which is great. You know, we need pose pictures while we're on the runway, letting us know like we've actually done runway. I just know with the whole modeling experience, that was part of the package, and that's just beautiful because, you know, they really like put some thought into. They're like, okay, one of the things that they ask for is headshots, you know, your portfolio, so they know what kind of model that they're dealing with when you go to an agency or an audition, and that's just beautiful. So we had 2 separate lines, one on the right, one on the left, and then one girl from each line had to come together and actually go down the runway. I first initially was feeling nervous. I was just like, okay, Cece, I need you to feel your inner diva. Your inner diva as soon as I went down the runway. Not the actual one, the pretend one. All that muscle memory of the inner diva just came out flawless, and I loved it. And even though I know deep down inside there was a little bit of other stuff that I had to work on, Rio was impressed. She was just, you know, she was happy at the fact that, you know, it looked like I had some experience. And also I listened to her instructions, which was one of the most important thing out of the whole experience. We had to practice our poses that night after we did our little walk and everything like that, because the next day we had to do those poses for our click challenge. So the click challenge is mainly like, you know, you gotta strike, pose, 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 because the camera is just going. So came back on Sunday. We had 2 different backdrops, and one was pretty much like full body, the other one was just like from just like right here. And that's mainly, you know, your headshots. We did our little shoot and everything. I was actually hyping up some girls too. I was like, yes girl, yes honey, I see you in the cameras, I see you doing your little poses. I did meet some very, very kind, beautiful women that were nice and also were informative and supportive, and you know, just giving the praises that we all need to feel more confident about ourselves. I mean, yes, of course you need to feel confident about yourself just because who you are, but at the same time it's always great to get that feeling and that feedback from people. There's great people that I have met, and there's some that, you know, yeah. There's just so many people that are just cocky and they just have their ways. And that's what makes us all unique. But you know me, I'm nice to everybody. So if you shut me down or you give me a look or you ain't feeling me, whatever your attitude is for your life, get your life. It doesn't stop me from being who I am. I'm still nice, I'm still kind, I'ma keep it pushing, because that little attitude, honey, is not going to stop me and what I'm going to do. So getting home, I had a lot of homework to do. I practiced my 3 poses, I practiced walking. I actually wanted to feel back the energy of my walk that I used to do back in the day, and also improve it now that I'm grown. It was literally the best homework because it was fun, and I did it to all kinds of music. It's like the best thing you can do. To let you guys know, practice really does make perfect, because the day of the show, you will be surprised. Okay, let me tell you, when it comes to modeling or acting or just any type of circumstances, really, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, there's gonna be curveballs thrown at you. And what makes you stand out is how you react and how you conduct yourself and how you are prepared at whatever comes your way. It doesn't matter what comes your way. You are ready. When we practiced, we might have had 2 separate lines and everything like that, but the way that they put it and envisioned in our head, we were only going to come down the runway alone. We were going to do it on one strip of a stage. When we got there, all of us girls were looking like, wow, this is not what we practiced. It was literally a U-shaped stage. And everybody was like, okay, are we going around the whole entire stages? Where are we doing our poses at? Is somebody coming with us? Like, we didn't know what to do. So Rio, of course, she's not gonna like just keep us astray or anything like that. She pretty much showed us what we had to do. I can't remember the lady's name. I wanna say her name was Ashley. She had this beautiful like fro, like this natural beautiful fro. They showed us how we're supposed to come down on the runway. Pretty much nothing that we really practiced. Well, it's still the same thing that we practiced, you know, walking, doing our 3 poses. The only difference was, you know, crossing at the same time and not bump into each other, and when to cross, and just kind of being in a timely manner. It was definitely a curveball, I can tell you that much. After we saw the practice run and I came down that runway, Rio again loved me for what I did and listening to what she was saying. Rio was like, yes, thank you, excellent, yes, yes, you can go. Get your stuff, you can go, makeup, wardrobe. She loved it. So I was just really happy because not only was I following directions and instructions, she was impressed that it looked like I did my homework. Went into makeup, came prepared because you already know sometimes there's a certain look that you're going for and you just can't assume that they're gonna have everything that you need or everything that you want. They had literally like no eyelashes for none of the girls. I brought 2 different types of styles of eyelashes because I just, like I said, curveball, anything can happen at the moment. For makeup, I had the perfect foundation that was just specifically for me. And even though they might have had my shade or whatever, I've just been in too many situations where I end up getting a completely different shade. So just to be on the safe side, I brought my own shit. After that, they did our hair, got the little curls, the little beach waves, really cute. Then we had to go into wardrobe. But before wardrobe, everybody was already done doing their little practice run on the new runway walk. Rio came in very and highly upset because she was pretty much disappointed that a lot of girls did not do their homework. And even though I didn't take it personally because I knew for sure that I did my part, I felt bad that I suggested while we were there getting ready that some of the girls and I, like, we just practiced in the hallway. I was just like, you know what, let's not get discouraged. Let's just keep this energy rolling. Everything's going good. Let's also kill it when we get to the real deal, Holyfield. After we got into wardrobe, which I had an amazing designer. I was just so happy. I was so happy. I'll put his link, his Instagram link actually on here so you guys can see his stuff, but it was on point. I loved it. That my outfit was just, if you guys seen some of the designers that were there, you would know the joy that was going through my veins when I'm talking about this designer. But anyways, regardless if there was, you know, other designers there that did have some good products, his was top notch. And I loved every piece that he had on the runway. Getting down to the actual runway show, I had told my family which side to sit on. When we got behind stage, Rio wanted me to go on to the other side, and I was just like, no, another curveball. That I wasn't prepared for. I didn't have my phone. I couldn't text my parents or anybody to tell them like, hey, I'm on the other side. Plus the show already started, so they would lose their seat. They can't be walking while the show is going. So it was just like, dang, I hope they get some little pictures or something or whatever, just for their own memory, but also, you know, to send to me because I wanted to have like a little sneak peek before like the real photos came out, the professional ones, when we do it at the end of the show. I just made the most of it. I said, fuck it, let's go, let's get it. Dancing in the line, but at the same time, like just trying to get out the jitters, but then went into my like pose dance, like I'm ready. Going down the runway, I'm so happy with the partner that I had. Melissa, yes girl, honey, I love it, I love it. We was just in sync, and I'm just happy that we were, because there was some people that were there that just was not ready. But our little group that was going, because there's different designers, different groups that went, different times and everything, but our group was actually really good. But my partner that I was with, she was top notch, and I loved it. So we're going down the runway, and I'm just strutting it, like ready for the cameras. I felt so alive. guys. That feeling of just being a part of what you've always dreamed of, or just envisioning and feeling the energy that's around you, it's amazing. And it makes you so motivated that that's all you want to do for the rest of your life. As soon as we came into our crossings to go back behind the stage, Rio gave me a high five and was like, that's how you do that. I was the only one that got that. And I was so happy. And you want to know why I know I was like the only one? Is because I was the second to last, second or third to last. I think there was one girl that went by herself. But yeah, I was like second, third to last person. But there was already, 15, 20 other people that went before I did. And that was so fulfilling. And after that, we just had to celebrate. So, went to go change my outfit. We did before I did that, we did our little red carpet, got little pictures in there and stuff like that. Took some of the family, had everybody come out. I had both of my older brothers. My little brother couldn't make it, unfortunately, to that because he was working. My sister was working. My cousin Andrea came, my dad came, my stepmom came, my mom came, my man came, and then also my really good friend RJ that I've done some acting behind the scenes with. So I was just feeling so loved. And I even had some people that came out here from Vegas and stuff like that. But other than that, I was just happy. My support system was there. They got to see me in my element, and the marathon continues, y'all. It was a great experience for me. I'm also going to drop the video of me on the runway so you guys can see it. I had the greatest time, and that being said, we just gonna keep on going. We just gonna keep on rolling. Right now, I'm just working with some people. I'm collaborating with different photographers. I'm collaborating with makeup artists. We just gonna come through with all the creative shots. We got some things coming for you guys, and I feel it would be best to share it with you guys on Instagram because you'll see the complete, finished, edited product rather than on YouTube. I'll probably blog about it eventually when I get my blog together. I'll also drop my my website. In the process of working that too. I'm really excited, and just knowing and seeing me and my process and what I'm doing, I don't want you guys to think that this was easy. Even though this door was open for people to be in, not everybody's cut out to be part of this industry, and they're not cut out to making it because there's other tools and other different talents that go into it. I'm just trying to give y'all the gist of it, but I'm just being real with you. I'm being real, I'm being transparent. You have to stick to knowing you got this, and don't stop for nobody. Because it takes you to become successful. It takes you to get to where your dreams are. Don't be blaming other people. We're gonna work on this together. So if y'all starting something right now, start it. I'm with you. Let's go. I hope this inspired you. I thank you for watching this long ass video. I told myself I was gonna keep it short. It's not short because there's a lot of information that needs to be said, but thank you guys for bearing with me through this story. I had a great time. I've dropped some of the pictures on my Instagram already, and I didn't drop the video on there, but I'd rather put it on YouTube so y'all get the first preview. But wanted to thank you guys, and thanks to the modeling experience. Thank you, Deandra. Thank you. Oh, Sean Ross. I didn't even talk about the party. Let's just say the after party was lit. I'll drop a video on that. That's going to be completely separate. But Sean Ross for his amazing words, inspiring words. I want to thank Rio Summers for her amazing teachings. Everybody that is behind the model experience, thank you. Thank all the photographers. Thanks to the designers. Thank you to the designer that did my beautiful dress. And thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next time.